right away. We're gonna start things off with Burns. He actually cracked a joke before things started, tried to get the mood lightened up over at Rise. He saw a lot of frustration in his teammates. I like that he's now taking a bit of charge.
You need to. When you're struggling a little bit, somebody just needs to lighten up the mood, and Bird's going to pick up that first kill on Crim6. Wheats, I think, jumped off the map, so that's not a good start for him as well. And no, Parliament uplink, for those of you who haven't seen it, pretty much all the action is going to happen on the drone side of the map.
Yeah. You
You are not going to see any action on, you're looking at your minimap, that right-hand side, you're not going to see any action go down over there. It's all going to be on the drone side of the map. And OG currently on the more favorable side. You see Scump doing some amazing things with the drone. Formal leading the way. Karma on a 5-kill streak as well, doing a nice job locking down the Rise spawn as OG takes a 2-point lead.
The two-time world champion is going to put 6 kills on the board and watch 4 points be scored as he leads his team so far. Crim6 now coming off the score, picks up another spawn kill, and Formal's just trying to control these spawns. Finally, Rise is able to break out. The question is, will they even be able to get to the drone?
They almost don't have enough time with how big this map is. When you clear your base out, you know, OG has at least 2 players, you know, providing, you know, you pick up some kills and they go effectively already at the drone. So it's kind of hard. You're going to have to kill them pretty much 2 times before you can get drone control and then make a push. And you see 3 kills, 4 kills go in favor of Rise, so they should be able to do that now.
Apathy kind of doing that heavy lifting up top. He was in that position that everyone's going to look at, able to win 2 gunfights. Will fall though with drone in hand, and Burns, who is trying to get sneaky, sloppy shots, is called out and punished. So opportunity there for Rise. They had 3 up while OpTic was all on spawn, just a little too slow and not the proper spawn select.
It's so hard to score on the side from Rise's on, because OG, when they spawn up right underneath their own goal. So to play defense on that second wave, they almost just kind of have to post up and just wait for you to run at them, and that's why it is so difficult. I think if Rise was able to get a 2-point play and then hold it to this, I think you'd be very happy with that going into the second half.
Now, what's the call there, Matt? Wheats just helped kill 3 people, and then they throw it off the map.
Just trying to reset the game, so to speak, trying to get some players over there and get a good push. There's no reason to just kind of force something just for the sake of trying to make a play. Then you end up giving the drone back to OG, and now you see Rise, because they've set up, they pick up 3 kills, they have 1 player push up by the OG base, might be able to take control and put up point on the board.
Karma just trying to play base D, knows that Chino's coming around, and Chino is going to hit the 1-point shot, but he falls off the map, so the slaying presence going to be missed for a little bit. Have to say, I'm really impressed with the way Rise is slaying so far. Everyone's staying about even. Apathy's been focused a little more on the drone, and Wheats leading the squad with his bow once again.
And they have drone control right now. I mean, they are in a position to make another...
No, come on.
Yeah, I was going to say they're in a position to make another play for, you know, either a 2 or a 1 point. But right there, Chino just jumps off the map. He was trying to jump on that outskirts. You can jump on that railing and then jump to the next railing and get around, and it's a good spot for cover. But we've seen players do that way too many times.
Yeah, at this level, you can't lose your footing like that. You got to nail every single jump in AW. Your movement has to be on point if you're looking to win on Parliament, because it's so fast-paced. You don't have much time to capitalize once you get those kills. Chino getting stunned up, trying to go for the drone. He and Burns are going to be in a gunfight here. Scump and Formal pushing forward, and it looks like Scump's going to win this one. Crim6 currently 12-9, has been taking a lot of flanking routes. This time, though, it's a 4-man supported push all down the middle, and Scump is going to be able to sink that one from a distance.
Smart play, take the 1 point, and now let the other 2 players that are still alive for OG try and set up in the Rise base. You see how far back Rise is pushed into their own spawn. It's unfortunate Crim killed Karma right there with a stun, so actually helps Rise Nation out a lot. They were able to break out. You see Rise going to get drone control as 1 player ahead of Burns, trying to clear the way. Looks like that is going to be Chino. Chino's going to pick up 2, Chris. This should be at least a 1-point play.
You only have 1 player in the base currently. Burns getting shot from all directions.
Fantastic play.
And he had the most health I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's a huge play right there, though.
Absolutely.
Makes it pretty close going into the second half. I mean, as long as they don't let OG put another 2 points on the board, this is a first half you are very happy with if you're Rise. And just a quick note, that's like the 3rd or 4th team kill we've seen so far in this.
That was a tough angle. You only saw legs. You're going to go ahead and shoot.
Both sides,
I don't really blame Wheats for that one. The other ones were like, you know, stun grenades kills on Karma. So it's hard to fault the players too much. But really, in the second side, I just need everyone to stay out of the water. Weeds has got to stay up top when he's got an opportunity.
I think if you're Rise, this is a huge win in the first half. To only be down 2,
Yep.
I think you definitely take that going into that favorable side. If they win the initial push, that should be a 2-point play right there. Then you're tied, and then you have another 4 minutes, let's say, to work with. I mean, that is a huge win for Rise Nation.
Crimbot cracking his robot spine. Karma in your round in a kill cam. 14 and 12 from him so far in this game. Leads OpTic Gaming. We'll start up side number 2. And really, who from OpTic Gaming do you want to watch here from the more difficult side?
Now, let's start off with Scump. He's running a bow. We usually don't see that too often. You know, Scump usually, with the ASM-1 in his hand, it's fun to see him run a bow. Everyone on this map running an AR.
Scump has 3 of his team's 5 points, 1 from a dunk. The other one, a toss later in the first round. Burns setting up out back, is waiting for the push. Unfortunately, Scump's just going to go for a 1-point toss. Never shows himself. Crim6 still trying to apply pressure on these spawns. Full red, staying alive and causing problems. Finally going to fall. Meanwhile, Formal on a long flank. So OpTic Gaming, from the more difficult side, wins the opening push, and now you have Formal, who's in a huge position to capitalize, but Wheats is waiting for him.
Yeah, Wheats with a heads-up play right there. If he would have just held and, his teammates picked up 2 kills and then Formal would have came out, they would have gotten drone control, probably another point on the board. And if you're Rise, that is not the way you wanted to start off the second half. A minute into the game, you give up a point to OG already. That you had it so close. If they would have won that initial break, that would have been huge. You could have opened up the floodgates.
Chino is in full-on man mode, though. I have to give him props for the way he's been playing. You saw a 3-piece a little bit earlier. Now he is trying to flank. One player will come off spawn right behind him, and unfortunately, the timing just won't work out. He's going to be tagged up. That's 4 down, basically. Scump leading the charge now as the drone carrier Formal is right behind him, ready to score.
Yeah, and they are just doing a great job clearing the way. You see Scump, he's going to be just in front of Formal with the drone. It's going to be put in. OG with another point. Chris and Rise, it's been the story of the entire series. In this game, it's the first half they play well. The second half, they're not really playing that well. But the hard point, the second half of the game, they kind of just fell apart. The S&D, every round was close. Second half of just the game, they never made those adjustments. And that's really been the difference in this series.
I love Karma's awareness. Even though he didn't even get a shot off there, he knew the player from the mid was going to attack him, trying to hide from Burns. Wheats is going to pick up the drone, forced to toss it. Crim6 being a thorn in their side. The flank again coming through. And look at it, this time it's Scump. Scump versus Apathy needs to go for the reload here. And this is a big fight for Apathy. Currently -4, Burns -7. These 2 players need to turn up here in the final 240 if they want back in this game. It's only 2 possessions, Matt.
Yeah, but they keep picking up the drone with nobody to cover it. Like, Apathy has the drone right here. There's nothing he can really do with it unless his teammates pick up some kills. I feel like you got to focus on the kills first, then pick up the drone and advance it up the map.
Yeah, he didn't get anywhere with that one.
No.
And Wheats didn't get any help. So kind of a double fail there. Almost better just to toss it off, let it reset, and Apathy keep pushing forward. At the moment, though, Apathy is going to use this spawn to try and loop back again.
Ooh,
this is the 3rd time I'm going to see this fail, as a player coming off spawn should be able to shoot him in the back.
Formal misses a lot of shots. That is not Formal like those shots. And
go chase him,
he's going
Formal.
to chase him, yeah.
Formal
He's going to try and pick up kills. He had to finish him off right there. I mean, he doesn't pick up that kill. That just looks ridiculous. Crim putting in a 1-point throw, though. This second half has been dominated by OG from... It's an odd perspective because they're on the bad side. I mean, you expected Rise down 2 coming into the second half. You expected them to get 3-4 points. I mean, still not over, but this is it's kind of like disheartening if you're a Rise fan because they played this pretty well all maps and they just haven't been able to put it away.
Be honest, as a caster, it's hard to get fired up for this game so far. It just seems so one-sided. There hasn't been a huge flash from Rise Nation. They've never been able to get 4 down and then surge back-to-back scores. Every time they get a little bit of momentum, one player from OpTic Gaming spawns up and causes all kinds of problems. Yeah,
they need one player to really just make a big play, spark everybody on the team, and then really try and lay it on. Doesn't look like they're going to win this map. I mean, only a minute left. Going in a compound hardpoint, they could make that one interesting. It's a little bit more fast-paced. They're going to really need to slay out well. Are they capable of doing it? Yes. I mean, they just need everybody to rise to the occasion. Then you have to take it one map at a time. You're not going to win the series by just winning that compound hardpoint. You have to focus down just on that one, win that one, then look towards that next map.
Well, Matt, I don't know about you, but I asked people to tweet us in between commercial breaks.
Yeah.
I'd say about 78, if not 80% of my responses were OpTic Gaming 4-0. It's all looking that direction unless Rise can kick it up a notch coming into our next map, compound hardpoint.
I mean, it is looking that way, right? I mean,
yeah,
you see the first 3 maps, you look like it's going to be a 4-0, but this is a very good Rise team. I think they're going to go pretty far, in this tournament this weekend. I mean, they 4-0 TK. That's an impressive performance there. And then these maps have been a lot closer than what the score reflects, I think.
Team Caliber, they've been that team every single season championship that just comes in with a low seed and makes a run. Maybe it's Rise this time.
You never know. I mean, it is a possibility. I mean, Rise playing very well. They could drop down in the losers. They lose this next map and then make a run. I mean, they